Hello, my name is Brian. This is FM22, and we're back in Malia. This isn't a screen we usually start on. No, in fact, I kind of went through my pre-game preliminaries here. This is the second to last game of the year, and it told me that it believes I can qualify for the UEFA Europa League here. I cannot qualify for the Champions League. Things did not go well enough for that to happen. But I figured I should record this just in case. And we can go over the back half of the year after this game if we need to. Or if things go poorly, then we will we'll save it for the next episode. So we are on the road here against Rio Vallecano. We are coming out in our conventional 4-3-3. Sami Riyad, Matsima Messengen. In the middle, we have Nadam instead of Gayabua, a little more defensive. Also just rotating. Schedule's been a bit hefty. So, if you could see there, let's... Yes. So, league table. We are on 63 points simply because of... the draw that is just about to start. I don't know that it's going to be a draw, but right now it's a draw, so we get 1 point. Live updates. So Villarreal has already played, and they are tied with us before the start of this game. They lost to us 1-3 at the start of the year, and they beat us 4-3. Okay. Looking for the tiebreak rules. Results between teams, then goal difference, then goals scored. So I think the results are the same since it's a win and a loss. We do have a 5-goal goal differential lead. So... I don't know that we can clinch with a win here, frankly, technically, but it would require Villarreal to score. It would require us to lose the last game of the year, Villarreal to win the last game of the year, and for them to make up a 6+ goal differential, which seems excessively unlikely. Sessingen's already got a yellow card in the first minute. That's painful. Yusuf will play it back to Matsima. Matsima up to Madame, back to Matsima, up to Yusuf, to JJ, over to Kallio, out to Sessingen. I like he's got space. Can you create a... Dude. Well, it worked out. Ibrahimo Kallio cutting in from the right wing. Sessingen pivots and lays a pass to him, and he just slips it past the keeper here in the second minute of the game. Good start. Let's watch it again, because why not? Content. Good stuff. So yeah, we're starting Sami at left back again. He's continued to be a regular there about every 2 out of 3 games since we got him. He's still not very well developed in terms of star rating at the position. Not sure exactly how adaptable he is, but he's working at it, and he has great training ratings. His professional mentality comes through in that regard. Has just a bunch of up arrows, including his dribbling and his crossing. That was not a particularly good thing, but then goes back and takes the ball away from the defender. And somebody else goes for Fatawu, and again, just, I don't know, the right back is good, or we just keep putting bad passes out there. Could be both. They strike from long range, and nothing's going to happen. So yeah, we did not make it past Villarreal. I think it was Villarreal in the lousy Copa del Rey. We had that 3-1 loss in the first leg, 0-0 draw in the second leg. We just had a listless, boring performance and couldn't get anything done. Kallio with the ball, squares it across, JJ header, over the net. So we didn't have to worry about a Copa del Rey final, unfortunately. And, well, we played well after the streak of tough games. We didn't play indomitably. We had a streak of 3 straight road games, and we drew each one of them. And again, these are against mid to low table teams, so it's like I get it on one level, but on another, we just really needed to grab at least one of those wins. We had a upsetting, ugly loss last game, I believe it was. We put out nearly 2.6 XG and only had 0.6 XG against us, and they scored 1 goal and we scored none. So that was less than ideal. Charles Abbey is currently out with injury, so that shortens our striker-attacker rotation. Ball's played up to Cowio. Unfortunately, doesn't really have any attack partners there and just goes for it. And nothing much comes of it. Fatu will take the kick here. Curves it nicely around the wall, but pretty predictably for the goalkeeper to save. Their center attacking mid's gassing out a bit. So this is right back. They want us to... Wow, Ahmed Sami has... That can't be right. He doesn't have a yellow card yet, so that must be about Sessingen? No clue. Nadam, Daniels, back to Nadam, finds Callio, striking through. Got one on the keeper, chips him. Love it. 10th goal of the year for Ibrahima Callio in his new position as the right winger on the team. The right inside forward. And that'll certainly give us some breathing room. Certainly if we win this by a decent margin, just the cavalcade results that would need to go against us to not win the Europa League. Yeah, that's the thing I expect. Sessingen both is tired and on yellow card warning. And so I will happily substitute him out. Nadam at defensive midfield's tiring out. Let's go ahead and bring on Gayabua for him. Calio and his 2 goals are... so is Matsima. Let's let it run for a little longer. Use our second window. Jajajay, Callio, nope. Intercepted by Clemente and back to Zidane. Launched forward. Overcommitted to cutting off that pass. Good enough save from Babangida. And it looks like we're going to take possession of that. Alright, let's go ahead and pull Matsima. Boyama can come in. Boyama is left-footed, so I'm going to prefer to have him on the left central, left position of the 2 left backs, 2 center backs. I think that makes sense and is typical. But it's not that big of a difference. Sorry about the little bit of a yawn there. Yeah, recording this one a little bit late. Not too late for me, though, but for normal humans, it might be late. Sammy better run out here in the 80th minute. Passes up to Fatwu into Daniels. Daniels moves it back out to Sammy. Has a bit of space, but doesn't really have the pace or anything, so goes for the cross. Finds Gaubud in the middle, one-on-one with the keeper, and fortunately just plays it low, and Zidane does get in front of it. He's knocked out, and we will get the corner. It should be Fatwu over there. Yes, it is. He will take the in-swinger. Looking for Jajajay or Riyadh, and not quite over the top of the net. There's not been a lot of movement on the team since the winter window, obviously, because the winter window is closed. There's not really any opportunity for movement. We also just don't have much in the way of salary. We had to send, I think, $1.2 million to the Tunisian team where we bought Callio from because he just got his 50th appearance. We had to increase Sessingen's salary because he played in 5 international caps. And we got a new contract for Babangida because Benfica had been sniffing around. And they were offering comically insulting amounts of money for Babangida. They were like, hey, $1.2 million for your starting goalkeeper who averages a 7.3 rating in La Liga? And I go, no! Terrible shot from Fatou. Left-footed attempt just curves all the way out for a throw-in. But we're rolling into 90 plus 1 here. 2-goal lead. Feeling pretty comfortable. What the hell? Not that my team has a lot in the way, I believe, of shutout salaries, but well, Babangida catches the ball and just can't quite handle it, drops it, and immediately gets headed into the net. Nevada will take the free kick here. Starches out of bounds, but that really should burn out the clock for us. Yep, there it goes. So, ta-da. Sure, I'll press the button. Why not? So we qualified for the Champions League, the Europa League. Sorry, Europa League, not Champions League. I wish we were in the Champions League. We're in the Europa League. That is probably much more our pace. We still are kind of getting plastered by Barca and Real Madrid, while we can be competitive with Valencia, Real Sociedad. So there's kind of that stratification on who, but the very top teams, all the English teams that make it, the Bayerns of the world, PSG, they would probably all eat us alive. Transfer budget 8.04 million. Payroll set at 35.25. Scouting. Sorry, I'm trying to find. Yeah, that's where I think I can find it. I'm trying to find team current salary spend, which are still the lowest in the league at 18.5 million. So we'll see how much of that brilliant work from Caio and his 2 goals, how much we can roll into transfers if we really need to. There. So theoretically, if we only made one big transfer, we could get it up to about $17 million, depending on how much payroll increase we're going to have, which, But yeah, so allegedly we are locked for Europa League. I think we just are on 2 ways, because even if Villarreal passes us and gets the Europa League, that means they already have the Europa League from, I believe they were the winners of the Copa del Rey. No. Yes, they won Copa del Rey. They beat Real, won penalties in the final. So they had Europa League snatch up. So even if they took this Europa League bid from us, we would have gotten it for they would have fallen to 6th. So I think we were safe either way. We're going to be 6 points back of Real Sociedad. It was an entirely bridgeable gap, but again, we just didn't perform to the level I wanted at points. We were fine. We just weren't good enough. So we had this 2-0 win over Gijón. We had a 2-2 draw on the road at Real Sociedad. I'll take that all day. Win over Real Betis. This draw in the second leg of the Copa del Rey. A loss to Real Madrid on the road. Shocking. But then we won these 2 on home against Osasuna and Las Palmas. And I was feeling good. And then things weighed us down here. Draw with Granada. We were the much better side. XG'd them considerably. But we couldn't find the goal. Here we had a 2-2. They really grabbed one right in the dying minutes of the first half there, 45 plus 2, to really put us on the back foot. And then 1-1 on the road here against Celta. Again, they scored early-ish. I think we were... there was points lost here. We should have had at least more than 3 points, something like 4 or 5. How much of a difference that would have made, I don't know. But we beat Levante, we beat Getafe, we beat Bilbao on the road, and then we came home to Sevilla, who is one of the better bad sides. And this is the game I just mentioned. 2.6 xG, just under for us. 0.6 xG for them. I know it wasn't like any mostly huge spikes where we had great attempts, but 10 on target. Their goalkeeper in 8.1. Stood on his head. Yeah, so that's where we're at right now. We had our youth intake. It was not impressive at all. And our youth facilities got upgraded. It did not take $67 million to upgrade our youth facilities. That is the loan from the stadium build that they're talking about there, which is a serious drag on our finances and part of the reason why we're, I'll have to look at everything, which is exasperating because we pay expenditures. We pay out. Where is it? Come on. Well, now I'm just feeling silly. I know it's in here. Yes, right up the top, of course. Loan repayments and interest, where we're paying $625,000 a month. We pay $1.4 million to $1 million in salary each month. Probably 1.4 is more accurate since this month hasn't finished. But we pay nearly half, at least a third of our monthly spend there on loan repayment as opposed to player salary because we're building this new stadium. Anyways, we go on the squad screen. So we have 4 contracts expiring. Musa Kamara, who is our third goalkeeper, we will let him depart. He's 28. We have Paul Bielsa as a backup still for another year on a reasonably cheap contract. He's happy. He's a better keeper. He's been with the team longer and is better and entrenched with the system, even though he's just a lousy Spaniard. Jose Antonio Gonzalez, we will be wishing him well as team leader, but just a 2-star player. 31 is going to start decreasing at this point. Sandro Cruz, left back, just never had terribly great ratings. Pita 689. The position is tough for us, but he's just not. He's not the answer. The one that's a little sad is I'm probably going to let Ali Nadam go, 30-year-old defensive midfielder. He mostly lost his starting spot, though he's a very regular substitute for the team and played heavily in rotation. He's a solid enough player. He's on the wrong side of 30. I don't want to necessarily offer him a new contract. He's around $500,000. Just 2.5 star. I just feel like I can find a player who can, a younger player who can do more for us, essentially. So that's the one I'll really be looking to replace is Ali Nadam. I guess I might need to make sure I have a little extra depth due to the fact that we're going to be playing in Europe next year. But other than that, we are, already carrying a bit of depth in that we had 5 extra players who weren't part of a game day 18. We're going to drop off 4 of those, but that means at least one of them will be sticking around, and that's, if we don't acquire any other players ourselves. So, that's the long and short of it. Yay, we moved up from our 8th place finish. We will be in the Europa League. We will be straight into the group stages, I believe, based on these rules. Yep. Seems right, I hope. I certainly wouldn't want to choke away a Europa League game. Sessiongen's been great, has 12 assists. Let's just go look at selection info and look at performance. Emmanuel JJJ has come in. Some kind of crazy arrows for the 21-year-old from the Ivory Coast. But he's definitely come in and been just a great signing. Enough that it forced me to update my plans and move Cowie out to the right wing, where he's adapted well. He's playing well there. Sessiongen's been great. Charles Abbey has actually been a very solid rotational hand. I'll be happy to keep him around for another year. Matsima, 29. Now it's 2 years. He's 25. It depends on the price I can get him. If I can get him back for 500, a doubling of his salary, but keep it nice and low, I think I'll pull the trigger on it. He wants a new deal. More up arrows from Ugachukwu Babangida, who has been great. 7.24 rating as a goalkeeper is absurd. Dom, Daniels, Gabu, Yusuf, Ananu, Fatwu. Then we go down to the players who aren't highlighted just yet. Rotational bodies. Sammy playing out of position. Hopefully he, again, just would love to see those up arrows because of the professional mentality. He should be a useful player, again, rotating multiple spots. I don't have much else to say. It's 2027. So we will have two players coming in. Maulid Halle here, a center back out of Tanzania. I don't think I paid that much for him. $275K, so that's definitely fine. Unambitious personality is disappointing, but I saw a decent amount to like. That 16 tackling is very pretty looking. So hopefully we can develop and then maybe move him on. Ordi Makai Macchiati, not sure exactly. Doesn't have as much potential as we'd hoped. Just 3.5 to 4. Left winger, but he's pacey. Has 10 crossing, 12 dribbling, 10 passing. Mentals should adapt. He's a realist, which is okay as a personality. I don't know. I'll have to go back and look into what exactly constitutes a realist. It's good determination, at least. What's his media friendly? Okay, that's the most generic of all personalities. So yeah, those are the two players that are coming in. Neither of them are looking to change the first team or anything. On the youth team, we have Mohamed Doumbia, 2 stars already, 4-star, 5-star potential. He's right-footed, which is a little awkward with our playing style currently. He'll be 18, I believe, for the start. Not yet. I'll need to find him. I'll need to find him playing time somewhere else. Like, the youth team is just not enough for him, I don't think. He just dominates. But he's definitely a piece of it. And then our loans, kind of all over the place. Some have developed. I think Jallo has done very well with Real Valladolid, 7.02 rating. Jesus has done well at his lower level spot. Some of these guys, hopefully they're all under contract and not expiring. Some of them I'll just have to decide who's ready, who I'm going to cut bait on, and who I am going to continue to try and develop, who I think I can get more out of. I'm not sure any of them have really gone up in current ability. It could just be the rest of my team is also going up, and so they're improving, but just basically at the same rate. Carlos Fernandez here. He love the up arrows, even if, again, aren't really seeing it in terms of relative current ability, potential ability. So yeah, thank you so much for joining me on this kind of unexpected impromptu episode. But that's where we're at. We're going to be playing in Europe next year. Huzzah, Europa League. So not the best league, but definitely something. Should bring in some dollars. Should hopefully bring in some reputation. Let's actually check if that has improved our reputation the way I wanted. Not yet. It might still. End of the year might tick us up. But for now, still sitting that 3rd star. Really wanting that next half star. Thank you so much for joining me. Please don't hesitate to leave a comment, to reach out to me, and I'd love to hear from you. Either way, I hope you have a lovely day, and I'll catch up with you soon. Goodbye.